The fastest way to find base building supplies on DayZ in 2023. So before we jump into it, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a sub for Swifty and also drop a like, because I do put a lot of time and a lot of effort into my videos. So if you would do that for me, thank you, I appreciate it. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is where can you find the most base building supplies at? Like what towns can you loot to get the most, and what cities can you loot to get the most? And I'm going to be telling you guys what the name is of the towns and cities that you guys should loot for base building supplies. So that's going to be Berenzino, that's going to be Savet, Novaya Petrovka, Topolinki, Krasnostav, Stary Sober, Electro, Chernogorsk, Grigorki. So basically you just want to loot all of the big towns and all of the big cities, because the bigger the city or the town is, the more buildings it's going to have for you to loot. So the more buildings you have to loot, the more base building supplies you're likely going to get. So like I said, those are just some of the towns and cities that I would recommend you guys to loot, but I'm sure there's a lot more. But I tried to mention the biggest ones, and also Severgrad, that's a good one too. I just now thought of that one. And also a lot of these locations that I'm showing you is going to appear on the top left of your screen if you really want to loot them. So if you really want to loot these locations, the name is being shown. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is what structures do you need to loot when you enter that location. So they're going to be shown on the screen. So you want to loot all the sheds, all the barns, all of the industrial buildings. Like I said, it's going to be shown on the screen right now. These are the structures you need to be looting for base building supplies. So not every single base building item spawns in the sheds and all that. So what's the best way to explain this? So nails, right? You can only find nails in broken down cars and outhouses and in garages. You cannot find nails in sheds. Basically, if you are trying to find a certain base building item, you need to be looting a certain structure. And yes, you can find nails in a lot more buildings that I said. You can find them in industrial buildings, garages, you can find them in outhouses, broken down cars, you can find them in train cars. There's a whole bunch of places where you can find nails, but you cannot find nails in sheds, like I said. So let's say you're trying to find a pickaxe and a shovel. The best buildings to loot for a pickaxe and a shovel is going to be barns, sheds, garages, and that's about it. So that's just a little example. Now let me give you another example. Say you're trying to find sharpening stones, right? If you want to find sharpening stones, you want to loot outhouses. I'm pretty sure that's the only spot sharpening stones can spawn at. If you are having any trouble on finding a certain item, let me know in the comment section and I will help you guys, because look, I've been there. So there was this one time that I tried to find pliers and it literally took me 4 days to find freaking pliers. It was insane. And also, if I do sound a little weird today, my throat's being really stupid, so just to let you guys know. There was this one time where I was trying to find a 4 dial on this official server, and it took me a whole week to find a 4 dial. Like, I'm not even joking, it literally took me a whole week. I looted like 20 different towns and I could not find any. Like, I was blown away by it. At that point, I was about to just get off the server and go to a different one. Like, what? You're always going to have days like that. You're always going to have all the base building supplies and you're going to need one item and it's going to take you a couple days up to a week to find. And at this point, you're getting really frustrated because you cannot find this item. Yes, I feel you. I've got so many comments about that. Like, Swifty, I can't find this hammer. I can't find pliers. Where do I loot? Where do I go? I feel it. I've been there. I'd say the best structure you could possibly loot if you're trying to find nails and you're trying to find sharpening stones would be the outhouses. Every time you pass an outhouse, I would really recommend you looting it, because you're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out on some nails. You're gonna miss out on some metal wire, some sharpening stones, and yes, you can also find other useful base building items in outhouses. You can find hammers, you can find pliers and stuff like that. So I would really recommend you looting these. And also, don't forget, you can also scavenge raided bases for base building supplies too, because they might have some leftover loot. And possibly you could dismantle their walls and all their gates or whatever they have built. You could get nails from that. You can get planks. Maybe they got some crates in there. Maybe they got some barrels. That's more storage for your base right there. I mean, come on. So my advice to you is, when you spawn in on the coast, say you get a Cherno spawn, you need to loot Cherno, because for some reason you find the most base building supplies on the coast. So yeah. And say you don't have everything, try to make stashes just in case you do die, you didn't lose everything. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Everybody have a good day. Everybody take it easy. Everybody be safe, and I'll see you guys in the next DayZ video. Peace!
Real shooters, they gon' do what it takes. Scheme ass, they ain't showing a face. No FaceTime, that might come with a case. Got no time, make a minimum wage. Going hard, you see me out of state.